Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Tuesday, August the 26th. We got a big slate for Tuesday as per usual, guys. I've got some early player props I do like for this slate. Taking a first look at the board on Monday night. Going to give you guys 3 early plays I'm liking. Taking a first look at the board, and we're going to break down these plays and share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure that you guys hit that like button down below if you enjoy these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, make sure that you go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you guys do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and play $5. You're going to get $50 worth of free lineups instantly added to your account. So make sure that you sign up for Prizepicks, and again, use that code NOAH if you have not signed up yet. And then also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper, so I do want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper. You guys can go download the Sleeper app, use promo code NOAH over there, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So yeah, whatever you put in on that first deposit, Sleeper will match it up to $100. If you want to deposit $100, Sleeper will match that. They'll give you an additional $100 to play with. So now you have a $200 bankroll to work with, and you can try and start to build up that bankroll over on Sleeper. But again, if you guys don't have an account over there, download the Sleeper app and make sure that you use promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Sleeper. But we got 3 plays here to talk about today, guys, for Tuesday. Now, I do want to recap our plays from our video on Monday before we talk through today's plays. So we gave out 3 picks on Monday. We went 2 and 3 on our 3 plays, which has just been the story lately. I mean, it feels like every single day we're hitting 2 out of 3 plays, which is not bad, but obviously we would love to get that full sweep. But we hit 2 out of 3 plays. The one play that missed, unfortunately, was Edward Cabrera over 4.5 hits allowed. Cabrera, he pitched a great game Monday night. Hats off to him. I think he went like 7 innings, had like 10 strikeouts. I mean, the Braves just couldn't hit him. I think he gave up 1 hit in the entire game in the 7 innings that he pitched. So that was frustrating to lose. Definitely a bad read there. Cabrera just pitched really well. But we nailed the play on Spencer Strider, even though his last 5 games were all red. We talked about how I thought it was a really good spot for Strider to bounce back. He pitched a pretty good game. I think he went 7 innings, only allowed 1 run. Didn't really get a lot of strikeouts, but pitched well overall. So we nailed that play, but we missed on the Cabrera play, and then we did hit on Max Scherzer under 6.5 strikeouts. But yeah, 2 out of 3 on our 3 plays for Monday. Hopefully you guys are still able to make some money. Again, you don't always have to power play the 3 plays. Like, you can do a flex play, so that way even if you go 2 out of 3, you still get your money back. I know flex plays, typically mathematically not the best way to go, but if you are someone that likes to play a little bit more conservative, then you could obviously look at doing the flex play there, because if you're doing flex plays, you've probably been getting your money back a lot, because it feels like, again, we're going 2 out of 3 like every day, which is so frustrating. But yeah, we got 3 plays here for Tuesday, and let's see if we can hit all 3 of these plays. So talking through the first 2 props I like, they're both going to be hitter fantasy scores, and then we'll talk about a pitcher prop that I like. But the first hitter fantasy score that I'm looking at is in the Yankees game, and I like Giancarlo Stanton for more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score. So Giancarlo Stanton's going to be facing Mackenzie Gore today. Mackenzie Gore going to be pitching for the Nationals, and Mackenzie Gore, by no means is he a bad pitcher. He's been solid this season, but he's definitely had some bad starts mixed in there, and especially as of late, we've seen Mackenzie Gore really struggling. And Mackenzie Gore, what he struggles with is giving up power. Like, he'll give up home runs. I think to righties this year, he's given up a good amount of home runs. He's given up, he's given up 14 home runs to right-handed hitters this year, only 5 home runs to lefties. But he's given up a 415 slug to righties, given up a 263 average. Like, if you're going to do damage against Mackenzie Gore, it's typically going to be right-handed hitters that do damage against him, not lefties. And we know this Yankees lineup has a lot of dangerous right-handed hitters, Giancarlo Stanton being one of them. And Stanton, throughout his career, has always been a really good hitter against left-handed pitching. This season, his numbers against left-handed pitching are still pretty solid. They're not as good as they have been previously, but I mean, he's still batting .297 against left-handed pitching this year. And then you look at his other stats. I mean, he's got a .422 on base percentage, so he's getting on base a ton. .568 slug, 990 OPS, 270 ISO, 168 WRC plus. He has been hitting for more power against righties, which is typically not the case. Actually, I think for his career, Stanton's actually had way better power numbers against lefties. But he's still got great numbers against lefties this year, even though his power numbers are a little bit down. Getting on base a lot against lefties. I think he's also striking out a lot less. Strikeout rate's about 4% less against lefties this year. I think he's historically had a much lower strikeout rate against lefties. That's one knock against Stanton, is that he does strike out a lot. But I think in this matchup against Mackenzie Gore, I think this is a spot where Stanton can definitely put the ball in play. And when Stanton puts the ball in play, it typically is, hard contact. I mean, he's one of the leaders in hard contact this year. He always barrels up the ball. He makes a ton of hard contact. And that's something that Mackenzie Gore will give up. Mackenzie Gore this year, 25th percentile in hard hit percentage, giving up a 43.8% hard hit percentage, 17th percentile in barrel percentage. So he's getting barreled up a lot. If you're getting barreled up a lot, if you're giving up a lot of hard hits, that's not going to be great when you're facing guys like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, who make a ton of hard contact. So I think this is a good spot for Giancarlo Stanton at home in Yankee Stadium, a good hitter's ballpark. A lot of boxes you can check in this spot for him. He's been hitting the ball well lately too, for what it's worth. Has gone over this line his last few games. I don't think he wasn't in the lineup on Monday night, but he'll definitely be in the lineup Tuesday night against a lefty. So do like that as our first play for today. Giancarlo Stanton, more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score. Now our next play is going to be another hitter fantasy score, and we're going to take Christian Yelich for more than 6.5 hitter fantasy score. Now Christian Yelich is going to be facing Brandon Pfaadt today, and Brandon Pfaadt this year for the Diamondbacks, he has really struggled. Now, as of late, I want to say that Brandon Pfaadt's been pitching a little bit better. Like his last start, he did pitch well against Cleveland, 7 innings, only allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. But he struggled against the Rockies at Coors Field, gave up 8 hits and 4 runs. Even at home against the Rockies, he really struggled, gave up 11 hits and 3 runs. Gave up 11 hits and 7 runs to the Tigers, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs to the Padres. It's just been a struggle for Brandon Pfaadt this season. He's got a 4.95 ERA, and his expected ERA is even worse than that. He has a 5.70 expected ERA. Pfaadt's been giving up a ton of hard contact this year, 46% hard hit percentage, giving up a ton of barrels, getting barreled up a lot, 11.7% barrel percentage, which is in the 6th percentile. He's also not really striking out a lot of batters, has the lowest strikeout rate of his career this year, 18.5%. He's just not been as good this season. Brandon Pfaadt hasn't. And I think this is a spot where we could definitely see him give up some hits, give up some runs to a Brewers team that has been red hot as of late. The Brewers have been hitting the ball really well. They've been winning a ton of games lately. And Christian Yelich, as you can see by his game log, he's been hitting the ball well lately. Good hitter, has really good splits against right-handed pitching. Also gives you some speed as well. So he's a guy that can steal bases, which for fantasy score, that's always just an added bonus when you have hitters that can get on base and can steal bases, because stolen bases are worth 5 points each. So like if Christian Yelich gets walked and then he steals second base, that right there, that's 7 fantasy points. And just like that, he's going over his line. But Yelich does have 15 stolen bases this year, so he's a threat to run anytime he gets on base. Has a lot of power, 26 home runs. Pfaadt giving up a lot of power this year, giving up a lot of hard hits. Just giving up a lot of hits in general. His expected batting average this year is .299, which is the bottom 3% in the league. So I think this is a good spot for the Brewers to be able to put up some runs on Brandon Pfaadt, who has really struggled this year, and I think it's a good spot specifically for Christian Yelich. Lefties have done damage against Pfaadt this year. Righties have done damage against him. Like, he's just not been good to either lefties or righties, but lefties have definitely given him some trouble. You look at Pfaadt's splits this year against lefties, allowing a .270 average, .329 on base percentage, .467 slug. Pfaadt also been really bad on the road this year, for what it's worth. Now, this is a spot where, going on the road to Milwaukee, it's a better ballpark to pitch in than, if Pfaadt was pitching at home in Chase Field, because Chase Field is actually a pretty good hitter's park. So it's kind of surprising to see Pfaadt be worse on the road, because he's pitching in a, hitter-friendly ballpark, but some pitchers feel more comfortable on their home mound, and, there's could be multiple reasons. But if you look at Pfaadt's splits on the road this year, 6.50 ERA, allowing a .281 average, .330 on base percentage, .569 slug. So he's giving up a lot of power on the road for whatever reason. Again, I think it's a good spot for the Brewers to put up some runs. I think it's a good spot for Christian Yelich. We're going to take him for more than 6.5 hitter fantasy score. And now our third and final play is going to be a pitching outs prop. And we're going to take Matthew Boyd for more than 17.5 pitching outs. So, we're betting on Matthew Boyd to go 6 innings here, which I think is definitely in play in this matchup against the Giants. The Giants have been really, really bad against left-handed pitching this season. They've actually been, I think, the worst offense in the league against left-handed pitching. If you look at the Giants' numbers against left-handed pitching, .209 average, which is dead last in the league, .275 on base percentage, dead last, .340 slugging, dead last, .616 OPS, dead last, 74 WRC plus, dead last. Like the Giants literally rank dead last in almost every metric against left-handed pitching. They also have a pretty high strikeout rate, 25.1%. That's fourth highest in the league. So they're striking out a good amount. They're not walking much either, only a 7.6% walk rate, which is bottom 10% in the league. So if we're betting on Matthew Boyd to go deep in this game and to get, to go 6 innings, we definitely don't want the Giants running up counts, drawing walks, making Boyd throw a lot of pitches, and that's something that they haven't been doing, especially against left-handed pitching. They haven't been getting on base a lot against lefties. They haven't been getting a lot of hits. Like, they've just been a really, really bad offense against left-handed pitching this year. So this does set up as a really good spot for Matthew Boyd to be efficient, to be able to get quick outs. And Boyd's, had a pretty good leash this year. Like, he's consistently been throwing, 90-plus pitches. Like, if you look at his last, just 5 starts or so, over his last 5 starts, he's gone, or last 6 starts, he's gone 93, 90, 92, 92, 78, 90 pitches. And the start that he went 78 pitches was against Toronto. So he was super efficient going 7 innings on only 78 pitches. But he's consistently throwing like 90-plus pitches. And if you're going to give me 90-plus pitches from Matthew Boyd in this matchup against a terrible Giants lineup that's been, one of the worst offenses, if not the worst offense against left-handed pitching, I think this does set up as a pretty good spot for Matthew Boyd to be able to pitch deep in the game here, at least, get 6 innings for us. And it's a good pitcher's ballpark as well, playing in San Francisco. That's a ballpark that has always played very pitcher-friendly. So there's just so many boxes you can check in this spot for Matthew Boyd. We're going to take him for more than 17.5 pitching outs as our third and final play for today. So what we're rocking with, guys, is our 3 plays for Tuesday here. Giancarlo Stanton, more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score. Christian Yelich, more than 6.5 fantasy score. Matthew Boyd, more than 17.5 pitching outs. We've gone 2-3 for like a week straight, it feels like, but hopefully today we can get a 3-0 sweep. We can hit all 3 of these plays. But as always, guys, I appreciate your support on these Prizepicks videos. Appreciate you guys watching every day. Make sure that you hit that like button down below for me. Hit that subscribe button as well, and be sure to go sign up for Prizepicks too. If you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up. And again, when you play $5, you'll get $50 in free lineups instantly added to your account. But good luck, guys. Let's win some money tonight. Always appreciate your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.